In this book, God and Evolution, the contributors and I, we wanted to focus on what we think are the central issues alive in the debate, both about Darwinism, about intelligent design, and about what's called theistic evolution. Everybody knows at an intuitive level that there's some kind of tension or some kind of conflict between what most people believe about God and what most people believe about Darwinian evolution. But it's often poorly defined. When English speakers use the word evolution, they usually mean Neo-Darwinian evolution, which means that all the adaptive complexity you see is the result of random genetic mutations acted on by natural selection. And they mean that as an impersonal and purposeless process. So when they say random, that's not just some mathematical term that's perfectly compatible with a view of God's providence. They mean purposeless. And that's the problem. It's a logical problem. Not even God can direct an undirected process. He can't have purposes for a purposeless process. This is just straightforward logic.
It's frequently claimed that the only people who have problems with Darwin's theory of evolution are Christian fundamentalists. In reality, Darwin's theory poses substantial issues for mainstream Protestants, Catholics, and Jews.
Darwinism poses the same challenge to Judaism that it does to all theistic faiths, all Bible-based faiths, in the sense that there's no idea that is more fundamental than that nature and that life reflects God's intent, purpose, and design.
The debate over Darwin's theory is multifaceted. It raises serious issues for people of faith, but it also raises issues for science. And many of those science questions have a bearing on the debates by religious people.
Darwin's theory does not explain the origin of new genes and proteins, it doesn't explain the information that's necessary to build new forms of life, and it doesn't explain the origin of body plans. These are formidable problems for the theory. They're not going away. There's no point for people of faith to try to accommodate Neo-Darwinian theory at just the point the scientific community is beginning to recognize that the theory itself is bankrupt.
So what God and Evolution does that most of the books on theistic evolution don't do is that we focus very squarely on the key issues, and we, if anything, try to clarify rather than muddy the waters in this debate.